And you lived here how long, did you say?
About 5 years, I think. So I know it pretty well, and it's right down the road from where I live now.
Bridgeton, Maine was home for writer Stephen King in the 1970s. And it inspired the fictional town of Chester's Mill, which in his 2009 novel is trapped under the dome.
When you were here, did you sort of envision where the dome would come down?
Yeah, I knew exactly.
And King can show you.
It's probably been here a long time.
Yeah, it has been, ever since I can remember.
On the old map still posted on Main Street.
In the book, this would be Route 119. It goes up through here, and the dome would be here.
This summer, King's novel about a glassy dome descending on an unsuspecting town is being brought to life in a CBS series.
Why can't we hear the sirens?
No, stop! It sort of came to me that if I could put a dome over an American town, it would be a microcosm for what's going on in the world itself, where we have finite resources and we really have nowhere to go. I like the idea of the small town too, because people have got that Walton's vibe where everybody gets along, everybody knows everybody, and I thought, well, if you put people under pressure, what happens then?
This dome thing, how big is it?
No idea.
We're under a dome?
We're gonna run out of air?
We're trapped.
Is writing a compulsion for you, or do you need to have some story that just gets in your brain you can't get out?
It's a compulsion. For one thing, when I was younger, my head was like a traffic jam, full of ideas, and they were all jostling, and they all wanted to get out. And I wrote a lot more than I write now. I still write every day.
King was a public school teacher when he published his first book in 1974. He'd almost thrown away the manuscript, but his wife Tabitha saw something in Carrie, the story of a girl with kinetic powers. The paperback rights would sell for $400,000. A relentless parade of bestsellers has followed.
Where did your interest in the dark side come from?
I don't know. I could actually, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. I started off as a fan of movies about giant bugs that swallowed New York and Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. What did you like about that?
I liked the idea that things would get out of control and somebody would battle to put control back in their lives.
What are you doing?
I'm going on the air.
In Under the Dome, the local radio station tries to bring order back to the confused town.
Yeah, this is the radio station.
We visited the set of the show with King in Wilmington, North Carolina.
You're executive producer of this series.
I am.
What does that mean?
Well, I think it means that I will be a nice guy and give them pretty much carte blanche when it comes to taking my situation and expanding it.
Well over 100 film and TV adaptations have been made from King's novels and short stories.
You haven't always been happy with what comes out.
I can think of a lot of movies that I just have to kind of bite my lip about. There have been about 7 sequels to Children of the Corn. All of them have been awful.
I'm so sorry.
I also directed a dog myself. I made a picture called Maximum Overdrive.
Curtis! It's coming after us!
But a lot of these movies have been pretty darn good. Carrie was pretty good. Frank Darabont did a terrific job with Shawshank Redemption.
Hope can drive a man insane. It's got no use on the inside. You better get used to that idea.
And also with The Green Mile.
Do you have anything to say before sentence is carried out?
I'm sorry for what I am.
You didn't mention The Shining.
No, I didn't mention The Shining.
You've never been a fan?
No, I never liked that movie. I always thought The Kubrick version of The Shining was like this big, beautiful Cadillac that had no engine.
What do you want to talk about?
In the film The Shining, Jack Nicholson plays Jack Torrance,
Wendy? Darling?
a writer who becomes possessed by the ghosts of a haunted hotel and tries to kill his wife and son.
Here's Johnny.
I never liked Shelley Duvall in the Kubrick version. I thought she was just sort of a scream machine, and there was something very misogynistic about the way she was presented.
He disliked director Stanley Kubrick's film so much that King bought back the screen rights and made his own miniseries.
Who did this?
Don't you touch him. You so much as lay a finger on him again, I will wait till you're asleep and I will kill you.
Part of the deal was that I would not say any more nasty things about the Kubrick version. For a long time, I hewed that line, and then Mr. Kubrick died, so now I figure, what the hell? I've gone back to saying mean things about it.
King has just finished writing a sequel to The Shining. Dr. Sleep will be published in the fall. It will be his 51st novel.
All of your books are still in print except one, correct?
Yeah.
And that's Rage.
That book is Rage, yeah.
And that's not in print. Why?
Well, it's not in print because it was a novel about a kid who goes to school one day and shoots his algebra teacher and holds his class hostage.
In 1997, Rage, published under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, was found in the locker of a Paducah, Kentucky high school student who shot and killed 3 of his classmates.
That was enough for me. I don't think that books or movies are ever the cause of this sort of violence.
But the 65-year-old writer believes they can act as an accelerant.
I didn't want Rage to be one of those accelerants, so I pulled the book.
Even though you didn't think it caused it, you felt you didn't want the book to be there.
I felt that it was part of a fantasy scenario with these people, and I didn't want it to happen with anybody else. It was not gun control, it was book control in this case. And I think there are a lot of pro-gun people like Wayne LaPierre who could take a lesson from that and show a little more responsibility.
LaPierre is executive director of the National Rifle Association.
I have no patience with people of the LaPierre stripe who say the deaths of innocent children or the deaths of unarmed bystanders is just part of the price we pay for our Second Amendment freedoms.
He's sold more than 350 million books. His stories have made a deep imprint in our popular culture. But Stephen King once described himself as a man many see as a rich hack.
You used to always get slotted in the horror genre, and it was sort of a way of some people, I think, not treating you all that seriously as a writer.
I don't know if I want to be treated seriously per se, because in the end, posterity decides whether it's good work or whether it's bad work or whether it's lasting work.
You feel like yours is going to last?
I think that some of the books have a very good chance to last.
Did you ever look up on your bookshelf and go, I can't believe I've done all this?
I do believe I did it, but I don't really remember it. It's like I did it all in a series of really wonderful dreams.